Sir, it's an honor to meet you. You're a national icon, and as a relatively younger person like me, you are a hero, something who we want to become, an inspirational figure. So I'm extremely glad to meet you. So thank you for giving us this time.
Thank you very much for using so many words for me. And thank you very much for, it's a pleasure to interact with you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'll just begin with your journey at ISRO. You began your journey in 1982, I understand.
Yes.
I was not born in 1982. So you have spent more time seeing this organization grow from a seed to a big tree now what it is than I have spent life on this planet. What changes have you seen in 1982 when you joined? How was ISRO? What has been the journey and how it is now? So what has been the journey? Can you just briefly tell us how you've seen it grow?
In 1982, when I joined ISRO, there are a number of projects or less. That is, at that time we were talking about SLV-3, which was Dr. Kalam's vehicle. Then we had ASLV, and I joined the PSLV. PSLV was just started development. Then we had that satellite programs there. And from that, now if you are seeing that, there is a phenomenal growth. That from the three vehicles we had, SLV-3, ASLV, PSLV. Now we added a much bigger vehicle. PSLV made operational, and also we had much bigger vehicle called GSLV. Then still further, we had the big vehicle called GSLV Mark III.
Bahubali. Was it Bahubali?
Bahubali, that they are calling. Okay, that's what people are calling.
So it's not ISRO which calls Bahubali?
No. ISRO is calling it a GSLV Mark III.
Okay.
This one. Public is calling it Bahubali.
Yes.
It is there.
In their imagination.
Imagination and all this, okay. Yes. And also the satellites also we had the improved or enhanced our capabilities from Earth observations and a small communication satellite to a bigger communication satellite and advanced Earth observation satellites. Then we had the science missions. At that time that we had only one or two science missions. Now we had many science missions, and you know very well, recently we had Chandrayaan III,
yes,
L1,
yes,
and like that.
Gaganyaan we are going through.
Gaganyaan is a new program added. You are right. So Gaganyaan is a new program added to the organization. That is in 2018 or so is added. So now government has given a bigger mandate to construct a Bharatiya Antariksha space station.
Space station, yes.
By 2035. And also that Indian has to go and land on moon by 2040. So that way we can see that it's a growth from the day I joined,
yes,
to the organization till now, how the growth is.
The steep curve which has, especially in the last, I think, 10, 15, 20 years, the growth has been steeper.
Yes, it has to. Yes, it is. I am not telling that ISRO has not done anything at 1982 and all. ISRO is doing its job from that time to now the same way. The same effort is required. But only thing is that technological developments have increased. It's a natural evolution of the technological growth. So nothing, the special thing is done in ISRO. One activity is completed, a bigger activity will be added. Then that is completed, still bigger activity will be added. Like that it is growing. It's a natural growth.
Absolutely. So you talked about that. Many questions come to my mind. So when you do a successful launch and everything is good, we see on television, people are clapping, there's cheer around. Is it like a party which happens afterwards? What does ISRO do? Like after a successful launch has happened, does ISRO throw a party? What do they do? Or do we just get on the next project now?
We used to do the things other way. That is, as soon as that launch is over, and the satellite is deployed successfully to the orbit. That the next moment we talk about that next launch,
Next launch.
next satellite, mission, like that. We always used to think about that one mantra, a gift to a hard work is giving another bigger task. That is a thing.
So that's the reward.
That's a
A
reward.
bigger challenge.
Bigger, giving a bigger challenge is a reward for whatever you have achieved. So that way that our ISRO is functioning, so like that.
And that's an organization culture since 1980s. It's been that way.
Yes, this is the culture Professor Vikas Sarabhai created, and it has been followed meticulously.
Interesting. That's a great lesson for the corporate. Anyone who wants to build an institution like ISRO, the way to celebrate is to give a bigger challenge. मतलब पिछले challenge से बड़ा challenge दे दीजिए, यही पार्टी है. So, so that's wonderful to know, sir. So I wanted to know something from you. So you've been a part of so many missions. You were a part of the 104 satellite launch. I think that was like a record. You were a part of GSLV. In fact, I think it started under your leadership. You were the first.
Yes,
you led it. You were also a part of the Chandrayaan II, which has an orbiter which is still functioning and still guiding. So many scientific data is coming in, which is exceptional. You were, I think, also a part of the Mars mission.
Yes.
So, sir, of all these, and PSLV, of course, of all these missions, which mission's success gave you the greatest happiness, and which one was the most challenging for you?
Now, in fact, that we usually, whatever achievements, success we had, every moment will be a successful, happy moment at that time. We cannot distinguish that this is the most happiest, it is satisfying, it is not like that. I would say one thing, that is that GSLV program, that is was continuously, it had a setback, and when we launched first time, and not first time, after I took over and we launched that successfully, the Indian cryogenic stage. So that time we thought we celebrated more, but every successful mission we used to celebrate, and so we used to enjoy. And each successful mission is, at that time, it is a challenging, it is a satisfying mission. Because when I talk about 104 satellite mission, definitely at that time nobody else done it. See, we enjoyed maximum. Then we talk about that GSLV successful after the 4 setbacks with the Indian cryogenic stage. That time we celebrated maximum. Like that, every mission, when it's successful, that itself is a big achievement, and we used to celebrate maximum. So there is no such missions called that this is the one I enjoyed maximum. This is the mission I have not enjoyed. It's not like that.
Right. Fantastic. That's another lesson. You have to enjoy everything equally. They're all challenging missions. So I wanted to bring in one thing. So we were discussing just before this conversation about Chandrayaan. And so I wanted to know, why are we going to the moon? Like, what is this whole thing? Everybody's trying to go to the moon now. So, and we choose southern pole. I mean, we could have gone somewhere on the equator. So why did we go? Why are we going to the moon? Number one, my question is that. And then I'll just give you a follow-up once you tell me, why are we going to the moon at all?
See, first of all, that is, if you know that, you understand that Earth, that energy source is reducing drastically, and also that is after some time, not now, maybe after some time, that we have to have that settlement outside Earth. The Earth may not be sufficient to live in this one, and also that energy level available in the Earth also reducing drastically. Now to overcome all these things, we need to depend on the nearby, celestial bodies. When you talk about celestial body, our nearest one is the moon. There we have seen that lot of that the fuel, nuclear fuel is available, helium-3, And also that nowadays that the scientific research has shown that there's water molecules are present there. And also that is if you wanted to go to further other planets, the moon can be made use of as an intermediate point.
Okay.
You can go to other planets from moon easier than
Like a launch station on moon.
launch station for the as a moon as a launch station for going further. So all these things required the effort, technology developments. That's what now going on now.
Right, sir. And when do you think, sir, we would be able to settle on moon? Like, is there a target line in your mind that this is the year I think we should be able to set a permanent colony on moon?
Now that I am not able to tell you immediately that answer for that one, but suddenly that the technological growth is going very steep, very fast, exponentially. Suddenly it may happen very fast track also. So that we do not know. Yes, till sometime earlier, there is no interest in moon. Suddenly that interest in the moon started.
Right.
Now that a lot of research is going on the moon and missions are going to moon. So we may not able to tell very far, at any time it can happen. That depends on necessity.
Right.
The need aspect should be there. Immediately that you see that need is the mother of invention, that you are aware.
Of course.
So when it is need is there, that definitely the mankind will
Innovate.
make it very
Very
clearly, very fast track mode also if required.
Correct.
This one.
Great. So I had this model behind me. I thought I'll just use this and ask you to become a teacher for me. This is the model. So this is Chandrayaan III, right, sir?
Yes.
Chandrayaan III. So this is the portion which what are the two parts to it, sir? Can you explain to it?
See, this Chandrayaan III it have the two parts. That is this part, the bottom part,
Right,
which
sir.
is called orbiter.
Okay.
This part is called the lander,
This is the Vikram lander.
Vikram lander, and the
If you can show it this side, sir, like this. Yes. Oh, this is also there. Ramp is there.
this called rover,
This is the Pragyan rover.
Pragyan rover.
Fabulous.
So this Pragyan rover is kept inside the lander,
like this.
and it is kept. This lander is launched to the moon.
Mhm.
This propulsion module is a one. The whole the group, a set, is launched into a Earth orbit
Okay.
by GSLV Mark III vehicle.
This is the launch which we see.
Launch we see, and
The top portion has the payload.
top, this one. So this the whole thing is put in the Earth orbit.
Hmm.
Then this propulsion module, whatever we are seeing here, this carries the orbit, the lander, all the way from Earth orbit to moon orbit.
Correct. And
This one.
so the 15 minutes of terror, this is where it began, and then they separated. Is that how?
No, before that, this will be separated.
That's when the terror 15 minutes began. Is that what's the
15 minutes terror begins after this is separated,
right?
and this portion alone will.
Land. Oh, this comes off. Okay. Great. So this is now the beginning of the terror.
This will be separated. It will
Right.
go away,
I'll take it here.
and that will be in the moon orbit.
Right.
This one, but this also in the moon orbit.
Right.
Now this orbit, whatever this lander is going, and first it will go like this,
Right.
to go in the direction moon like that.
And this time it has only 2 engines operating. Something like that was there.
Huh?
At this point, it has 2 engines.
No,
and then
that
becomes
once
4.
it is put in the orbit, that the engine is not required.
Okay.
It will be stay in the orbit, go like this. And after some time, when you start descending, what happened is, it will be turned
Right.
backwards like that,
Oh, reverse. Okay.
reverse.
Huh.
And these are the 4 engines, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
These 4 engines will be
Light up.
ignited, and it will try to reduce the, otherwise it will go like this. The engine will reduce,
The
try
speed.
to reduce the velocity. The velocity will go on, come down. Then this person will come slowly coming down. Then the lander is tilted towards vertical. Then it will be landing. Once the landing is over, then
The Pragyan rover comes
the,
out.
the rover, the door will be open, and the rover will come out.
Like this. The rover's out.
Come out.
And that's the rover's job then.
There is a job. Then it will go on roving around the moon.
What are these, sir? What are these little projections? What is this one? The big one?
Now
seat
the
of-
big one is actually the dome. There is the propulsion module. The engine is there.
Okay.
And
the engine.
this is the, so that this has to kept in the propellant for that one be kept in the tank. This is the part of the propellant tank.
So it's like a fuel, is that?
Fuel.
Okay.
This
Oh,
one.
this is like the fuel tank. Okay.
This one tank is there.
And this
And
one is the antenna for
This and
communication.
all antennas, different kinds of antennas. This one, and
Okay.
this is a solar
Panels are
solar
there.
panel.
Right.
This
This is the energy. Right. Great. And this entire assemblage is in the top of that rocket. That top part, right? That's the.
No, not this rocket.
This is a PSLV.
This is PSLV.
In GSLV, similar top part.
So it will be that GSLV Mark III.
Right.
This portion is called heat shield for
Okay.
any rocket, and the whole thing is kept this portion of the rocket. But of course, this is a PSLV rocket.
Of course. Huh.
That is kept in the GSLV Mark III.
Correct.
The whole thing was launched.
Right. And then it stages, it splits.
It will separate as the burn. It is burning over, and then the final thing will go to the orbit.
Right, sir. And sir, we can also use this. This is the Mars orbiter I'm seeing.
Yes,
You can
yes,
explain
yes.
this one. Right. So this is the one which is going around Mars.
Yes, yes.
Right now.
Now job is over.
Right.
But it is the one going around the Mars.
Still going around. So what is this? This is like an antenna
Is the antenna this one.
to communicate with the
Yes,
Earth. And this is again the propellant fuel.
Propellant
And the thrust would be this side, I suppose.
thruster is here.
Okay. Great. So similar.
This thruster only is worked continuously, not for taking from that low Earth orbit, where that satellite is launched by the PSLV,
PSLV, right.
and then it is put in the low Earth orbit, and this thruster only taking the satellite all the way from the low Earth orbit to
All the way there.
that Mars.
So it doesn't need a propulsion unit. This
Propulsion. This is
is
the
propulsion,
unit
but not
only.
separated like this one.
That's not that is 4 such units there.
Okay.
That's the required 4 units are required. Here single unit is there.
Okay.
This one.
Fabulous. Thank you, sir. So I have one more question about, we often talk about, we have gone to the south pole of the moon. The Chinese have gone to the dark side of the moon. We are talking about 2035 building the Bharat space station. We have approved that project. It will take a good 10 years. The Chinese already have 2 space stations already orbiting the Earth. And they are the only country which single-handedly has a space station. The ISS is a combination of multiple countries. So do you think there's a huge gap between where China is in terms of in space and where we are? And how do we bridge this gap?
Say technology point of view that we both are equal. There is not much difference. Technology's point of view. Whereas the mission point of view, there's a lot of gap. They are advanced. This one. So like going to the far side of the moon, which no other country has done. They have done. But we just now only landed on the moon. Whereas they have gone beyond that.
Yes. They
And
also got sample collection.
Sample collection also they have done, which we are now only planning this one. And they had already that the space station We are working now only for that, this one. So we have the capability.
So is
to
it a matter
build
of
it.
resources?
It is matter of only time, this one. But there's a, they advance, that we should agree that they advance more than us,
Right.
India, this one. But it is a question of time for us to reach the target. We also have all the technology required for that. We have to put together the technological development and make as a mission and do the testing, qualifying, then have the mission. That's all.
Right.
It's not that we need to develop something new. It's not required. All technologies are available for us also. But the technology of going to the far side of the moon, the technology required to put that the space station, the base technology is available, but as a integrated one that we need to do.
So just integrate, put some resources to it,
Yes,
and
yes.
then worry
Yes,
about
yes.
how we get there. And so, in terms of one of the things which you have been an active advocate of is to build better rocket technology. Bigger rockets we need, more thrust capacity we need, because our current GSLV, even the best we have, compare that to say a Long March, the Chinese technology, or the Starship technology, or what the Falcon technology of Elon Musk's company is, SpaceX's company. So they're not comparable. They're multi-times, they're 2-3 times more powerful than what we are. Do you think we have to actively also invest a lot of resources into it in terms of committing more economic resources in future to space?
Yes, definitely. When we are talking about that, the space station by 2035, as well as to go to moon, human to moon and land and bring them back safely, all this required bigger vehicle, bigger launch vehicle. The existing launch vehicles are not sufficient, so that a bigger launch vehicle is required. So that for that a new vehicle is being that under development. This one, that soon the development will start because the project report is ready, and once it is submitted to the government and when the government approvals is sought, then the development of the new vehicle will happen, and that's required to have our future missions.
Great. So there's a treaty by which you cannot own land or resources in space. There's an international treaty, but it will expire in some time, like all treaties do. Do you think there will be conflict on planet Earth between countries so that they can own parts on Moon or Mars or any asteroid which is very rich in some minerals? Do you think there will be a space race like a Cold War where countries will end up in conflict because they want to own land on Moon and they'll have a conflict on Earth because of that?
No. There's a treaty, as you said, is very clearly defined. That will allow all the people to go. This one, there's not. It is not like the conflict will not come. That's not going to be creating this one.
So you believe it will be peaceful? Space
Yes,
will
it
bring
is
us peace.
peaceful.
So there were some questions which students had asked before I came. I had asked some of these children if there are certain things which they would like to know from you. So I wanted to just sound these questions out to you. So do you believe that there are aliens? Do you believe that there's life outside this planet possible? Like just humans are there. Do you think someday we can visit them? Someday, or they'll visit us?
It can be there. Yes, but only thing is we are not yet have any idea till now about the aliens. But people are believing that there are some planets where the aliens can live. That belief is there. So everybody is looking for that the good day to identify that alien.
So will that be a good day? If they identify us, their technology will be far superior.
Yes.
It can also be scary.
We do not know. It will be too much to think about that one now.
Right.
Either they may be technologically superior than us, or we are maybe superior. We may be superior than them.
So,
But sometime it may be there. That is what I am believing. Maybe.
Possible. Right, sir. So the other question was, If I want to become a space scientist like you, what should I study? Suppose a child is in school right now. What should they study in their schooling and college and so on to join ISRO and become perhaps someday the chairman of ISRO or a chairwoman of ISRO?
See, if you see that the space technology, it is not a separate technology. It is a combination of all the science and technology under the sun. Okay, it is
Right.
that this combination only gives a space technology. So the students need not worry about that their selection. They can be a mechanical engineer, they can be electrical and electronics communication engineer, they can be the electronics engineer, and they can be chemical engineer, they can be MSc physics. So every area, the space is actually multidisciplinary. So it's a combination of all the science and technology available on the earth. So we need people from all the areas. So only thing is, certain areas the requirement will be more, certain areas requirement may be less. For example, like I am telling you, that is the engineering side, the requirement will be more. Whereas that the science part, that is somebody has done a physics and they have done a PhD, the requirements will be there, but it is less. That's all. But the need aspect is there in all the disciplines.
And so once we start living on moon, we'll also need architects and fashion designers to make clothes of people there. All that stuff will also happen once we start living outside.
Yes.
So even non-science career, people can find jobs in space. Is that possible?
Yes, definitely.
Right. So if you have not taken science in 11th, don't worry. You can still get into space.
No, also that is in ISRO, if you are seeing that is it is not only the ISRO contains full of scientists on this one. The 50% of the people are non-scientists. Yes, we need that supporting people, administration, accounts, administration. For that also we need people.
Of course.
So MBA or the arts subject. So that also 50% is that from that area also. So don't think that ISRO contains only scientists.
Of course.
For making scientists to work, we need people supporting staff.
Correct.
So to get into ISRO, that's what I'm telling, that you need not be any subject, any discipline is okay.
Just be good at whatever you do.
You have to be good at.
That's the way to get to ISRO. Be good at whatever you do. जो भी करते हो अच्छे से करो, पहुंच जाओगे. Sir, one question was, since you worked with the Gaganyaan project, if you were a Gaganaut, suppose you were the Gaganaut who went to space, what will be your first message when you look down on Earth? Look not down, but look at Earth. There's no up and down in space. So when you look at Earth as a Gaganaut, what will be your first words?
If I am a Gaganaut and I am just looking at Earth from that, only one thing it will go in my mind. There is no, we are seeing that in the map. India is like that, Pakistan like that, and
Political boundaries.
Political boundary. There we won't see. We used to see Earth as a single entity. We will not find any such division there. We will find the whole Earth as a single entity, as a humanity.
Oneness.
As a oneness. That's what I will see.
Absolutely. And so now there are 4 Air Force pilots who've got these astronaut wings. Is it difficult to be an astronaut physically, or a Gaganaut? Now we call them Gaganauts. Is it very difficult to become a Gaganaut? Suppose there's a child who's right now in class 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th. In 15, 20 years, he or she aspires to become a spacewalker, Gaganaut. What should they do? Is it very difficult? What is the training? What career should they take? Is there a particular choice which they should do? What is the guidance to somebody who's going to be a Gaganaut in 15 years? What would you tell them today?
So they can become. They
Indian
need
technology.
they need not become that IAF pilot or this
Yes.
one. Because our plan is this right now the present astronauts who are selected is from IAF.
All of them. Huh.
All are from IAF. This is only beginning. As time progress, we will be able to launch the normal people, scientists, engineers, doctors, also that will become astronauts. So only thing is they have to be physically fit and physiologically fit.
Psychologically also
Psychologically
stable.
also.
Alone in
stable.
space, far away, nobody is there.
So that criteria that they have to meet.
So basically, one has to be physically fit and be good because it costs a lot of money to send someone to space.
Yes,
So I
yes.
suppose only the very best doctor, the best engineer, the best artist would be going to space. So they have to be best at whatever they do, but you can become an astronaut or a Gaganaut. So here's your chance to become whatever you want to become. Sir, so before I get into the rapid fire, which is like a one-liners and that's how we'll end it, I wanted to know something from you. So do you think you're now a professor, a distinguished professor also at ISRO. So do you think our education system, especially the school education system, needs significant reforms so that we can take up the challenges of tomorrow? Because the new world is very much, not just space, AI is changing, there is this chat GPT, there's so many other things which are happening, robotics are taking over, there's humanoids coming about. In this new world, do you think we need some transformation or change in the way we teach our children at schools?
It's required. That's what is exactly that new education policy is telling. And if you are following that one, that's sufficient.
So we're on the right path if we follow that?
Right,
If you're able to implement it accurately, we'll be on the right path.
yes.
All right, sir. Okay. So now, before we close the discussion, I wanted to have a very quick rapid fire discussion. I'll just shoot questions at you, launch questions at you, and you can just land them rapidly. Okay, sir. So we'll start with this. First question. Do you sleep before a launch? Do you get to sleep?
We will sleep more.
You sleep more.
More.
So does anxiety not make you like lose all sleep?
No. Because what happened is that when we are having a launch, this one, the launch preparations will be happening much before that. And we will be having every system get ready except some last minute preparations. So definitely that I used to get good sleep.
Get
Yes.
a good sleep. So if you want to be like him, then you have to sleep before a launch. So prepare even before that. sir.
Be cool.
Be cool. Right. Great, sir. So, this is another child asked, what food should every aspiring space scientist eat? Is there one food which you would recommend they should eat
Food that anything you can take it.
to become a space scientist?
Yes. Space scientists they are
There's
also
no special
taking,
food.
They are also taking the normal idli, dosa, chapati.
So
that,
what
only.
light food is fine.
Nutritious.
Nutritious. Should be nutritious. No junk food.
But don't go for junk food.
Yes, don't go for junk food. Don't have junk food if you want to become a space scientist. So, can you recommend one book every child should read? Is your favorite book which inspired you?
That is, I have read that many of the Dr. Kalam's books. That itself is a good starting thing for that every child, I would say.
Read Dr. Kalam's books. Help you. And Dr. Kalam used to call you the trajectory man.
Yes.
Why did he call you the trajectory man?
That is when I was working in this one in VSSC, and I have developed one software called Sitara.
Sitara.
That is software for integrated trajectory analysis with real-time applications.
Okay.
And I was working in the mission area, and I developed a trajectory software. That's what whenever he has seen me, he used to call me as a trajectory man.
Trajectory man. Okay. You also call the rocket man and you're the trajectory man. So both you have. So then next question. What was your most difficult exam? It could be school or career or college. What was your most difficult exam?
That all exams are of the same category. when you may think that after coming to the college, you may think that the school exams are easier. But at the school, at that time, the school exams are tougher.
Right.
So every exam at that moment, it will be equally tougher. This one.
Every exam is tough when you do it the first time. Once
For
you're
the first time, at that stage.
at that stage. That's a great
Say,
answer.
if you are asking degree, BSc degree student to write a 10th exam, it may be easier. But 10th exam he has to write only when he is studying 10th standard. So at that time, with respect to 10th standard level, that exam is tougher. With respect to the BSc level, at that time the exams are tougher. So it depends on this. At that moment, at that level, that exam is tougher.
Okay. Next question. What was the subject you were the best at? Was there a particular subject you really liked and you were really good at?
That is, I was good at mathematics, physics, and chemistry.
All the subjects.
Then statistics.
Okay. So math, PCN is what you were good
Yes,
at.
yes, yes.
Okay. So any subject you really were not good at?
The language subject is one I didn't score at all. This one.
Okay.
Both Tamil or English. We have only the two language system at that time when I studied. The Tamil and English up to my BSc. And both subjects I used to get only pass mark.
Did your father scold you when you got pass marks only?
No, that my father, everything is okay for him. And
Okay.
because he was concentrating mostly on his yearning, farming work and all this one.
Okay.
And but I'm the school first,
And you still managed to stand first in the school.
stand first. So that way he used to be happy.
And that is okay. You stand first, some marks low, doesn't matter. So, who was your favorite teacher?
I have many teachers. Every moment that when I was in the primary school or middle school or high school, every place I have a teacher, and BSc also like that. I cannot say that only one teacher is a good or my favorite. I have favorite teachers in all levels.
All levels. Multiple teachers. One great man is built by multiple great teachers.
Yes,
So
yes.
That's how it is. What is your stress buster? When you're stressed, what do you do?
I used to see that two things. One is that I used to hear that songs,
Which songs will you?
that old movie songs.
Tamil or Tamil?
Well, all Tamil, Hindi. That movie songs also I like. Even though I know the language I not know in Hindi language, but I like the songs that very much. This one.
Great.
So that is the one. The second one I used to see that Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. Okay.
Whenever you are stressed, you go and see that the Tom and Jerry serial.
Okay.
Your stress will be totally relieved.
That's interesting. That's a good one. Tom and Jerry for stress. And do you ever watch reels on Instagram, YouTube? Do you do that? A lot of people are spending a lot of time on that.
No, I'm not. I'm not part of that one.
They're not part of that's why. That's the lesson. Don't be a part of that too much at least. Thoda bahut chalta hai, zyada nahi karna. So, one thing you wish you did as a child, which you couldn't. Was there something as a child you thought you could do and you couldn't do it, which is sticking?
See, for me, my very interesting thing is, whatever I wanted to do it, I never got it. Whatever I wanted as my first choice, I never got. But I got whatever I got. I worked very well.
Okay.
So I learned one lesson from all these things. This happens not only in the childhood. From childhood days till I reached the Chairman ISRO, the same thing happened. So whatever I wanted to become, I never got. But I got something else. But what I did was, whatever I got, I used to work very hard and be excel in that area. So what I learned, the lesson from that one is, lesson is the life is not making best choice. Life is making best out of opportunities available to you.
Right.
That is one thing. And sometimes whatever you are not getting is a wonderful stroke of luck. If you are not getting something, you will get much better and bigger chance,
Right.
I would say.
Maybe that's why it happened.
That's what happens.
It's a conspiracy of the universe
Yes.
to make you follow the path which you were supposed to do and not what you thought you should do.
Yes, it is like for my earlier, say like for example, after my pre-university, I wanted to become engineer. My father said, no, you go to BSc. If I became engineer, at that time, I would have become a state government engineer and retired at 56 years. And because I got the BSc, then I wanted to become MSc. My father said, no, MSc I will not allow you. You want to go to engineer, you go now. So because of that one, I got BTech.
So you did BSc, then you did BTech.
BTech.
Okay.
Then after BTech, then I got more passion and wanted to do MTech. Then after MTech, I wanted to go to the satellite center job at ISAC. Now it's called URSC. There I could not go through. So I got the job in VSC, Vikrant Sarabhai Space Center. So like that, we are seeing that every time what I wanted, I never got it. But at the same time, if I got what I wanted, definitely I would not have grown to this level. So growth happened because whatever whatever opportunity I got, I make use of it and did my best. That way I could grow.
So failure became the foundation of all what is successful.
Yes.
And sometimes those failures are never talked about. So we sometimes feel that, those who are successful, they have been successful in everything which they do. But that seems to be not the case. To actually fail in most of the things one does, but does the most out of whatever is the plan B and whatever life happens.
Yes.
Great, sir. So are you a spiritual person? Do you believe in, are you a spiritual person? Do you believe science and spirituality can coexist?
I believe in spirituality also. This one. See, if you are talking about science and spirituality,
yes.
They are two different entities. They are not one and the same. They are two different entities. And scientists, definitely they want everything to be verified by scientific reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But spirituality always believes that something above us is there to guide us. So that way that thought process is there. So that way I believe that in that portion. So I am a spiritual man also, this one.
Great, wonderful. So one advice to parents of aspiring scientists.
See, one thing I wanted to tell to parents are the present day kids, they know better than their parents.
Mm-hmm.
That is the present situation. The technology is advanced so much, or is growing so high. The children got more opportunities to know which is good for them, which is more suitable for them, that they know better than their parents. So what I would advise to the parents is, please don't stop your words and don't insist your ideas in their mind. They have their own ideas, and encourage that one and make them to grow in that field, so they will establish themselves in a bigger way than you put your thing. Because the children nowadays, they see that is olden days, what happened was after pre-university or after +10 or +2 or after pre-university, we know that only engineering means these are the three subject or four subject. Arts means these are subject. Science means these are subject. Only the limited options are available. Or you become doctor. Limited options are available. Now it is not like that. Now this is it is a thousands of opportunities, the field and area is available for the children to select, and they can select very easily which is more suitable for them, which they can fare well. So that the children only knows, not the parents. So I would advise the parents, please don't insist your children to enforce your idea to them, so that they are not able to fare well. Whereas if they are selecting their own interested area where they can feel that they can do very well, they can fare very well and they can come up very well. And I can give this example from my own family. My elder son asked me what I should do after the +2. I said, because ISRO engineers, what they know only engineers, nothing else, no other thing. I said, okay, you go for engineering. So he got electronics and communication engineering, and he has grown that one. My younger son, I asked him, what do you want to become? He said, I know that you will insist me to do engineering, but I am not interested in engineering. I wanted to do animation. I said, okay, fine. And he did the animation with his interest. Now he is employed in a very good company. If I insisted him to do engineering, definitely he would not have scored good mark. Yeah, he is doing with half heart, half mind. He may be doing not with the full heart. So he may not fare a good mark. If he is not getting good mark, how he would get employed? He would have simply wasted his life. Or the boy's career would have been totally stopped with that. Now he is fully this one. So like that, I would say that the children, they know their capabilities than the parents. So also they know what area they want, which is more suitable for them, which area they can contribute, that they know, and the area is available in front of them. Not like older days, they have to get information from the parents. Now they themselves knows very well the areas. So please allow them to do.
Let them spread their wings and be the shoulders on which they stand rather than impose your dreams upon them.
Yes.
Right. That's a good point. For all the students and their parents both, you should have this conversation. So one question I had, what is your favorite vacation destination? Are you a person who goes on vacations? Do you have a favorite destination?
Yes. During working, that I used to go to vacations, this one.
What was your favorite one?
Wherever I goes, I used to enjoy this one. And I went to that Bagdogra and Sikkim.
Okay, Sikkim, yes.
That area.
Northeast.
Northeast I went. Then I went to that Kashmir. This one. Each area is a good, this one.
So you like the hills, it seems, more than the oceans. You know, people say
Yes.
like hills or oceans. So
I like hills because
plenty of oceans.
We came from ocean area.
Right.
My native place is Nagargoil, very near to ocean. That is, every week we used to see ocean, and it's very close to ocean. So automatically our interest will be in the hill station.
Right. Correct. So one last thing which you had for all the students of Kalam Center and Homi Lab. So what is what are 3 lessons they should pick up in life right now as children or as youngsters in colleges, so that they can be successful in life and they can realize whatever is their dream and perhaps be someone like you, whatever career they choose, but go right up to the top? What are the 3 advices you will give them?
Now, first of all, I will say that you please select your own area of interest,
Okay.
which you can this one, and select the area that is you do innovative and disruptive. Don't leave it. Don't look in the normal mode. You go to the extreme and be innovative.
Be innovative and disruptive and select your own
Select
area.
this
Right.
one. And also that is you don't bother about failures and use failure as your lesson. That is the one I would like to see.
Right.
And the third one, what I want to tell that is, please live in present.
Live in present. Okay.
Don't worry about, don't bother, don't worry about whatever happened earlier. Don't bother about whatever going to happen later. Work in present. Whatever thing available on your hand, you work with a great enthusiasm and excel in that one, and that will take you to one level. And you set a target and work for that. Then that target you may not achieve, but we may end somewhere else.
Yes, like you.
From that, again, you set a target and work for that, and you may end up somewhere else also. So like that, if you are step by step you are going, definitely you will reach a place where is the great place.
Fabulous. So have set your own goals depending on your interest and expertise and what you like to do. Second, you said was be innovative, don't worry about failures. And third, you said live in the present, don't bother too much about what's happened. And don't also worry if something goes wrong, the future will find its own way for you. So those are the 3 things from the great man, the rocket man, the trajectory man, and the person who has done so many great projects for India that I'll run out of the list of things. A great asset to the nation, a wonderful teacher, a great conversationalist, and of course, a fabulous scientist. Thank you, sir, for your time. It was an honor to talk to you. You are one of those heroes which one wants to meet. You're definitely amongst the top 2-3 people I would have ever wanted to meet in life. You're like a rock star to all of us. So it was fabulous to meet you, and I look forward to working with you, your guidance, and meeting you again sometime in the future. But I'm not worried about the future. I'm living in the present. So I'm very happy to be with you here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.